YouTube, today is the day that we have been waiting for such a long time. The Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2 gameplay trailers have dropped today. So basically in this video, it's going to be a little bit different than what you guys are used to. I'm going to be breaking down this trailer, kind of giving my analysis, my thoughts, my opinions, any pros, any cons, all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. All right, so we got some little cinematic gameplay here. They're kind of coming in. There's the multiplayer reveal, so the helicopter, they're kind of infilling and whatnot. I know that there is a portion where I'm going to want to pause this video. I'm going to go ahead and get that ready because there's something I want to talk about. And boom, it's right here. So we got this little drone. So my opinion on this, I think it's going to be either a recon drone or a weaponized drone. So I personally think that there's going to be two different field upgrades for it. So with this is probably just like a recon drone, honestly. I might be diving too deep into it, but that's kind of what I think is going to go on with that. I think that's going to be two types of drones that you can use, but we still got some cinematic. This is something I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about as well, is the water gameplay. So I think that the water gameplay is going to be surrounding with ground war, but it would also be really, really cool to see that water gameplay get brought into just regular multiplayer. As you can see, they got some helicopters there too, so there's going to be helicopters, boats, all that good stuff. So most likely just going to be in ground war though. But as you guys could see right there, we've got some underwater gameplay as well. So they're going ahead and swimming and all that good stuff. So what I've heard is you're only allowed to use melee and secondary weapons underground or underwater, but I'm not entirely too sure. But we've got this little cinematic scene where he's popping his head out of the water. That is honestly super cool. Like, if you guys think that's anything other than cool, like, I don't know what to think. But so we got that. He's just gonna be hopping up out of the water here, but going through some more cinematics. Nothing really too important to the actual gameplay of it. But here's something that I wanted to pause and note too. So he had a sniper there, but I think that they're going to be implementing a perk to where you can swap. In mid swap, you can go ahead and shoot your secondary weapon, because as you can see there, he didn't shoot while his gun was fully put away. Like, he still had his sniper out. You can still kind of see it on the left side, his sniper scope. So I think that that's going to be a perk where you can shoot your melee weapon as you're swapping from your primary to secondary. So these sniper effects, they're kind of giving me like Call of Duty Ghost vibes. So that's what I'm getting from this. Is it looks like Call of Duty Ghosts, but obviously they're bringing the Juggernaut back. Hopefully they can balance that out a little bit better than they did in Warzone. This looks like this is going to be like a more based on Call of Duty Ghosts. So let me rewind that just a bit. We got the heartbeat monitor coming back, so it looks a lot different than what we're used to in Warzone. But something that I would like to note is that in the bottom right of the heartbeat monitor, there is a percentage. So obviously it's on 100% right now. So hopefully, I think that that will be implemented to where your heartbeat monitor can slowly die as the game goes on. Maybe not, I might be over speculating, but that would be really, really cool. Just to kind of like eliminate the people that exploit the heartbeat monitor too much, where they just sit in camp and only use heartbeat monitors. So that would be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and continue on. So that right there, the drill charge, let me pause right there. That is what is known as a drill charge. So I think that they're going to have to balance that out. I think that's going to be another field upgrade. I hope it's not something that you can just pick up off the ground, but if it is, then they're really, really going to have to balance that out, because they've got to have like some sort of way where you can at least see like where it's at. Because if someone can just throw that on the ceiling of their building and you're above them and you die, like, that's just kind of a little cheesy. But we got some first person gameplay right here. Throw a knife, cool. So they're bringing back the extraction game mode, so you can either protect the hostage or you basically get a hold of the hostage and take them out of there. So that's pretty cool that they're bringing that back. I actually really enjoyed that game mode, but once again, like, still getting that Call of Duty Ghost vibes from these snipers. But they're bringing in a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege action with the cameras, so that's going to be something that'll be really cool, really useful, but it's also something that could be exploited and kind of taken advantage of by people that camp, so they're going to have to balance it out. Right here, so ledge hanging. I know that they've been talking about this. Infinity Ward has been talking about this a lot. They said that they really want to implement ledge hanging, which honestly, I think it's really good. I think it's really useful. I'm going to be utilizing this a lot, so that is really cool that they've implemented the ledge hanging. Got a little bit more cinematic gameplay right here. Cool, cool, cool. He's got the shotgun, and it's kind of giving us a good idea of what the maps are going to look like as well. So I think that this is still multiplayer. So another thing right here, he's got the Joker. So I'm not overly excited about the Joker being in. I mean, I never really used it, but at the same time, like maybe you guys did, but we'll see how that goes. But my personal opinion, I'm not too excited about this. So this animation right here, I really don't think that that's how it's going to be when you get a gunship shot down. I really don't think so, but you never know. Here we go. Here is the Warzone 2 trailer. This is the portion that covers Warzone 2. So something that I wanted to bring up is you can see you've got 1, 2, 3 operators right here, right? So cool. You still got 3 that just jumped out of the plane. But something I wanted to know is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players that are jumping from the sky right now. So that's kind of making me believe that there's possibly going to be 6-player squad Warzone. I hope not. But here's another portion right here. As you can see right here in the top right, we've got a shock charge. So they're bringing back the shock charges from Black Ops 2. That is honestly really cool, and I'm glad that they're going to be implementing that, because shock charges in Black Ops 2 you could only use on people, so it would shock you, but this seems like you're using it on the vehicles, so I'm assuming it's just going to either permanently disable or temporarily disable the vehicles. But here we go, back to the drone. So they're using this in this clip as like a kamikaze drone, but I still believe that you can use this as a weaponized system, whether or not it's you detonate it or like you have like two heavy rounds that you can shoot out of it or whatever it may be. But I think that these will be used for 2 separate things, either reconnaissance or using it for weaponized destruction, whatever you want to call it. But as you can see, we've got boats in Warzone. So that's honestly, that's pretty cool. We got the Bouncing Betty. So this is one of the big things that I wanted to cover, was the Bouncing Betty is floating. So if you're in a gunfight and you're running away from another boat, you can throw a Bouncing Betty and it stays on top of the water and it'll destroy the boat. Like that's honestly, that's pretty cool. Going through the gunsmith, just different variations of classes and whatnot. So here's another thing that I wanted to cover. So you have the mini map, and there's no red marks on it. There's no red dots, but you have red dots in the compass. So that's something that was, oh, here we go. That was something that was kind of interesting to me, is how it's, so I don't know if that's just for the trailer purposes or if that's how the gameplay is actually going to be, if they're not going to. I found it interesting because if there's no red ping on the minimap, then how exactly are you supposed to know where people are? Like, you can use that compass, cool, but it doesn't really give you a gauge on like how far away they are, or like where they are specifically on the map. Like, for all you know, they could be couple clicks out and you're just like, whoa, like I'm getting worried for no reason. Or you could think that they're farther than they actually are, and then you just get steamrolled by a team. So I hope that that's not the case, but we'll see. So we got some infill, exfil. So here's the underwater shot. So this is what's confusing to me, is Infinity Ward was saying something along the lines of only being able to use secondary weapons and melee weapons underwater, but this is clearly a primary weapon being used underwater. So I'm not really too sure about what's going on here, but yeah, that's just something we'll have to wait and see. But we got another cinematic trailer right here. So this skin right here, this is what I personally think is going to be like the first battle pass, like the final tier operator that you can get. This skin right here, which honestly it looks pretty cool, but that's personally what I think. But anyways, guys, I hope this trailer breakdown kind of answered some of your guys' questions or gave you a little bit of insight on what to think about Call of Duty. Honestly, I'd give this trailer an 8 out of 10. It's honestly, it's pretty solid. But if you disagree with me, if you think it deserves a 9 or a 10 out of 10, or if you think it's lower, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to respond and we can discuss that. But if this video was of great enjoyment to you, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, share with a friend, keep the notifications on so you can see whenever I upload. Peace.